Nako. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alexa from External Affairs, and I invite ako natin Jody to make a quick presentation lang on how to write a statement. So, disclaimer, hindi ako expert. Um, Wala din ako masyadong experience in writing. Hindi ako naging part ng any org or club before na focus sa writing or journal writing naman. So, based on my prior knowledge lang and experience sa pagsusulat. So, yun. So, let's start. So, ano bang kahulugan ng statement? So, bakit, ano ba yun? The statement, according sa Merriam-Webster, is a single declaration or remark, an assertion. So, basically, an assertion is a statement that you give with uh, great confidence. So, ibig sabihin, if anything na sinasabi mo or kiniklaim na pinapanindigan mo. So, that's a statement. So, in this presentation, di lang basta statement yung ituturo ko, but public statement, in the context of public statement. So, ito yung mga pinapost natin sa FB page ng ACME, and also yung mga nababasa ng statements from other organization, institutes na may purpose or they're calling for justice or basta may pinaglalaban. So that's the focus of our presentation tonight. So why? What for? Bakit nga ba tayo nagpo-post ng mga statements? Is it because nape-pressure tayo na gumawa dahil madaming nagpo-post? Is it because gusto lang natin mapabango yung pangalan natin with the ACME or like that? So, ano bang reason kung ba't tayo nagsusulat? So, ito, nag-add ako ng images ng mga timely issues na nangyayari sa bansa. So, yun. So, if you'd like to participate, sana, ano yung nakikita nyo dito sa images, yan sa pictures dito sa, itong, kung kita man yung pointer ko, ito yung nasa left, upper left, ano yan. So, blood control, ayan. Then, yung kasunod, yung mga naka-red na rope, I think you know this naman, impeachment ni Sara. Ito naman si Digong sa ICC, sa International Criminal Court. And lastly, ito, Baxilica, is very usapin ngayon. So, ayan, basically, we write public statements to express our stance on societal issues, socio-political issues. Pero bakit? Ba't natin ginagawa? O ano naman kung may stance tayo, di ba? So, um, as an organization, mahalaga na bino-voice out natin yung stance natin sa mga issue na to. Kasi as a collective, we have the power to do something. And isa sa power na yun is to voice out niya, to create statements. So, yeah, that's why we post statements on issues na relevant sa atin. So, may requirements ba? May requirements nga ba kapag nag-spread ng statement? So, ito nabasa ko lang just earlier sa LinkedIn, created by Pete Michael Smith. So, sabi niya doon sa post niya, may colleague daw sa Vice Chancellor, Principal Advisor to the Vice Chancellor sa University of Massachusetts. So, yun. And then, sabi niya, may colleague daw na nag-ask sa kanya ng guidance sa pagsusulat ng statement. Since doon, May 14, 2024, at that time daw, parang nape-pressure yung mga organizations to maglabas ng statement nila or stance nila about nangyayari sa bansa nila. So, yun. So, sabi niya, whether it's right or wrong, yung kung ano sasabihin man ng mga organizations, naglagay siya ng guidelines or guidance kung paano nga ba magsulat ng statement. So, ito yung mga questions na nilatag niya nun sa post. First is, do you regularly make public statements on issues? If yes, is this current issue in line with your past public statements? If not, why now? So, in UP Acme's case, um, kung iba-browse niyo yung FB page natin, there's a considerable amount of statements that we have posted. Hindi man sa sobrang dami as yung mga council or mga socio-political na mga organization sa UPD, pero medyo ano naman siya, considerable naman siya. So, usually ang pinopost natin mga statements is for martial law or Mayo Uno, um, yung tungkol sa Labor Day at saka mga pinaglalaban ng mga manggagawa. So, siguro papasok naman tayo sa yes, with this current issue in line. So, yung pinost natin na tungkol sa SBC Wellness Park at Paxilica, it's line naman yan sa past public statements natin na considering na taga-UP tayo yung SBC. And Paxilica, considering din na it's very scientific. Tapos, ang usually ang statements natin kasi is pinaglalaban natin ang karapatan ng mga mamamayan. So, connected naman yung lahat. So, what if not, why now? So, what if nandun tayo, di ba? Why now? So, kung sasagutin ko yan, why now? Is, ang dami nangyayari sa bansa na kung mag-turn on a blind eye lang tayo, ano mangyayari, di ba? Ano mangyayari? Kung iisipin natin yung mga statements, pwede natin masabi na napakaliit na bagay lang yan. What if pwedeng mag-scroll lang yan ng mga tao, hindi naman yan papakinggan ng mga uh, lawmakers natin, di ba? So, anong relevance niya? Even though it's small, even though on maliit na bagay lang sa tingin ng madami. Pag kinumpile-compile mo, yung dami ng tao that are making these statements, parang sobrang dami na niya. Parang paglalaban na din siya, parang rally na siya. So yun lang yung relevance ng statement. So sa tingin niya, what word describe this question is purpose. Ay, may nag-join ulit. Hi, guys. So, its purpose. So, mahalaga, like required, na kapag susulat ka ng statement, you know your purpose, para saan at para kanino mo ginagawa tong statement. So, yan. Kaya nga tayo may matter purpose, diba? Ayun. Next question is, does this set precedent for future statements? When you set precedent by commenting on something, your failure to comment on a future issue is itself a statement. So, sinasabi lang dito sa question is, if pag nag-post ka ng statement, magiging basihan na ba to ng stance mo with future issues relating to this issue din. So, tulad ng Paxilica, uh, recently nag-post tayo ng stance natin with it. So, in the future, kung ano mang mangyari sa issue na to, kung relevant pa din siya, sana hindi na matuloy, di ba? Tapos, hindi na tayo nag-comment ulit tungkol doon. Pero sobrang relevant niya at sa future ha. Ibig sabihin, statement din yun. Ibig sabihin, wala na tayong pake. So, kaya sabi niya, when, yan, your failure to comment on a future issue is itself a statement. And even now, kung may compelling issue right now, tapos hindi tayo gagawa ng statement with it, it's a statement itself. Kahit wala kang sabihin, meron pa din siyang diwa, meron pa din yung kahulugan yun. Wika pa rin siya. Alam mo, naging Filipino. Pero, yeah, even when we don't say anything, meron pa din message yun. So, yun. Kaya mahalaga talaga na we take time to voice out our opinions para we know where we stand sa ganun. So, which words, what do you think describes this? It's commitment. So, mahalaga na kung ano mang i-put out natin to the public or even kahit regular conversation with someone, whatever we say, whatever stance we make, dapat pananagutan natin, dapat i-embody natin. So, yun. So, if we're against Silica, dapat as much as possible, iniwasan natin yung AI, ganun. So, yun. Next question is, have you consulted with your membership to make sure you present make sure those you represent share your perspective on the issue you want to make a public statement on. So, ito, since organization-wise, yung usapan natin, siyempre mahalaga na kinoconsult muna natin yung mga members natin. As a group na diverse ang paniniwala, diverse ang opinions, mahalaga na nag-agree tayo on something. So that's why, ayan, yung tulad ng ginagawa namin, ang patuloy namin gagawin is sisingin muna yung opinion nyo on what issues we should make statements on at saka yun din, um, pinapacheck din namin sa inyo kung agree ba kayo na sa ginawa namin. So yun, as an organization, mahalaga din na nire-represent natin yung values ng isa't isa. And then yung values din ng org. So, ayan. So that the word that describes this is collectivity and representation. So anything that we put out to the public, dapat bukod sa nire-represent niya yung ideals and values ng each member, dapat nire-represent din yung mission and yung vision, basta ganun. Yung values ng organization. And then lastly, is all your information verified and factual? If you are not sure with whom can you check? So, ito yung kahalagahan ng factual information. So, that's why after creating a statement or any statement na magsa-sign tayo as an org, pinapabasa muna sa inyo and hinihingi din yung opinion nyo. So that's one way to parang cross-check if tama nga ba yung nilagay doon, kung evidence-based nga ba siya. So yun. Uh, One thing to remember din na when creating a statement, medyo nagiging, may bias na siya. Like, that's given. Kasi nga wini-weigh natin yung pros and cons. And kapag ah, nag ah, nag-side tayo on something, siyempre mas i-justify natin kung bakit mas tama yung stance natin, di ba? So, mahalaga pa din na even though it's kind of biased, mahalaga pa din objective. So that's why mahalaga pa din na maglalagay tayo ng citations, ng sources ng claims natin. So yan, basically those four are the requirements in creating a statement. So this is my own interpretation ng sinabi ni Keith. So yan, ito yung mahalaga na i-take into consideration before writing a statement. So your purpose, your commitment, the collectivity and representation of your group and factual information. So, dako naman tayo sa parts of the statement. So, alam mo naman na to, into body conclusion. So, this is just the basis of everything naman. Any essay, any writing na ginagawa natin, basis naman to. So, into body conclusion. So, first muna, introduction. So, yan. Naglagay ako images para hindi masyadong wordy yung presentation. So, sa introduction na yan, may dalawang naglalaban. So, this just means taking aside. Yan, taking aside. Tapos, nilagyan ko ng image ng UP Acme. So, siyempre, mention natin kung anong side ng UP Acme. Anong stance ng UP Acme. And then, itong person to, the word itself, introduce. Yan, in-introduce lang yung topic or yung issue at hand. So, ito, here's an example nung ginawa ko. So, yan. Here sa introduction, sinabi na agad kung anong stand, saan nagpunta ng UP Acmo. Yan. Stand with the community affected by the SPC, urban farm and managed park, blah, blah, blah. Tapos, in-introduce na din kung what is SBC, urban farm, blah, 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 blah. So, yung Factilica, later on ko na siya na-introduce. May sinasalog na siya ng body. So, one thing to take note is, hindi na ang statement is, since from, ano naman siya from your point of view, plus factual evidence, hindi siya strictly nagpa-follow ng convention. So, kung makikita nyo yung statements that were created by other organizations or institutes, hindi siya, hindi talaga siya parang hindi siya mukhang into body confusion. Pero nandun pa din yung essence ng structure na yun. So yun, ang malaga lang naman sa statement is para kang nagkukwento. So may flow pa din siya. So yun. Kasi yun nga is this 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 structure does not have to be strictly followed. Pero maganda pa din na define yung intro mo, body, and confusion para mas madali siyang basahin. So, so then another example, this is a martial law commemoration statement on 2023. So yan. If you see this, it has been 51 years but the wounds are still fresh. Parang meron siyang, gumawa siya ng figures of speech. So, ayun, tulad ng sinabi ko, hindi naman strict sa pagsusulat ng statement. So, you can use anything na sa tingin mo mag-express ng hinanakit mo or ng damdamin mo. So, gumamit siya dito ng metaphor, yan, ganyan. And then, pero in-introduce niya pa rin, in-introduce niya pa rin yung martial law, the tyrannical declaration made on September 21, 1972, blah, blah, blah. And then, if you'll notice, hindi niya explicitly sinabi yung stance ng UP ACME dito sa introduction. Pero, as a leader, maintindihan mo na agad kung saan tayo nag-stand. Dito pa lang sa first sentence. So, ganon, it's flexible. Statement is flexible kasi nga, medyo personal na rin siya kasi ikaw na yung gumawa. And next naman is the body. So, eto, ayan, ano ba meaning ng nag-state na yan? Madali lang naman. Ito news, siyempre, yung mga ilalagay natin sa statement should be based on news, articles, anecdotes by people who were affected, and then some data, then maganda din may data doon, statistics. Tapos ito, uh, nilagay ko siya as representation ng consequence of the issue or the project in it. So, lalagay niya yun sa body. So, tulad ng ginawa ko, dito, in-introduce ko siya, yung SDG, Urban Farm. And sinabi ko din dito kung ano yung claim ng UP na makakabuti daw siya sa UP personnel, sa mga informal settler family. Pero kinontradict ko na siya. So ano bang magiging consequence ng SDG? So ganyan. And then dito, naglagay din ako ng evidence na ng pangit na ginagawa nila. So, nung last July 8, ayan, nag-cause naman talaga sila ng fear at kaguluhan kasi pinipilit nilang pumasok sa Barangay UP Campus, yung Mega White Construction Corporation. And then, ito din, naglagay din ako dito ng maapektuhan na families, na totoo naman na pinagita yan. 13 farming families will be affected. Kung i-continue nila. Pero may mistake ako dito. Basta may mali dyan. Ipapakita ko kung ano yan. So, ito, continual lang to dun sa martial law. So, ayan, nilagay na dito yung statistics, 60,000 Filipinos, blah, 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 blah. Ayan, a culture of blah, 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 blah. So, yung mali ko is wala akong citation. So, yan. Although may sources pa rin naman ako, pero mas maganda lang may citation para kung sino mang interested na nagbabasa and wanna know more about the issue or kung skeptical sila, meron silang pagbabasihan. So, yan, I think it's, ano naman, understandable naman na sa inyo. The body contains the evidence na bakit nakakasama yung issue na to or kung we're making a statement about something na makakabuti, may evidence din. So, yan. And sometimes, hinahaluan din to ng claims like, this won't be good for the country, blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. As long as, baback up mo ng evidence din. Kung bakit di siya magiging good. And lastly, confusion. So, eto, symbol for justice. This one, wala kasi akong makitang magandang symbol for solution eh. So, the solution, and then here, parang nag-encourage or nag-urge siya ng people. So, yan. So, ganun lang din yung confusion. So, in the conclusion, pwedeng i-paraphrase na, ayan, kung anong sinusuportahan ng Lipi Acme. Since na-mention ko na sa introduction, di ba, kung anong stance natin. Pero pwede ulit sa ulitin sa conclusion. And then, yun, resolution. Ano bang dapat gawin instead yung yung project na yun, ano bang mas maigi yung gawin. So, pwede din yun i-add sa conclusion. So, the government should focus on other problems, ganyan. And then, ayan, we call for justice and protection for the community. So, yan. Bali parang nag-urge ka ng mga tao. Ayan, mas makikita yan dito sa conclusion part ng martial law commemoration statement. So, yan. Dito niya palang in-explicitly say where you be Afghanistan. Which is maganda naman. Yan. Tapos dito, ayan, we urge our fellow countrymen to unite with the victims of martial law in holding the marketers accountable. So, basically, yung conclusion yung nagtatay together ng intro body mo. And kung usually kasi, di ba, dapat parang di ka na nag-a-add sa conclusion kasi that's basically conclusion. Pero in this case, yung statement siya, pwede ka dun mag-add ng urgency or ina-urge mo yung ibang mga tao na makilahok or to call justice for people like that, people who were affected. So, pwede yun i-add dito sa conclusion. And then yun, mahalaga din na may dito mga ganito I don't know, ano bang tawag dito, mga phrase, basta yung mga sinasabi. Ayan. So, maganda din siyang i-add sa statement and also hashtag. So, yun lang talaga yun. Very short lang, like I said, very short. So, ayan, so may assignment kayo kasi recommend ni Ate Trudy na may assignment kayo like the other workshop. So your assignment is just to create a statement about late suspension, announcement, and non-inclusion of college students. Very timely and buti na lang, inad na tayo to suspension na yun. So no limit on words plus paragraph, just minimum of 6 paragraphs. So at least 3 paragraphs para lang ma-identify na may intro ka, may body and conclusion. And you can submit this dito sa Gcash link or sa QR code. Pero ito naman is mahanap niyo yung folder dun sa yung general C drive nyo kung saan nyo pinapasa lahat ng assignment. And an example of this is yung martial law commemoration statement nung 2025 naman. If you can see, actually caption lang talaga to ng profile. Kasi nag-change tayo ng profile every martial law commemoration. Pero if you can see, very concise lang siya, pero effective naman. And then, ang dami niya pa din references, ang dami pa din evidence. So, as simple as that. So, ayun, just a reminder to everyone na a statement does not really have to be long, pero it can be long. Usually mahaba siya kasi madaming gustong sabihin, madaming ipahayag. Pero regardless, ang mahalaga sa pagsusulat ng statement is yung puso natin dun sa sinusulat natin. I believe na a good writer does not have to be good on convention, on grammar. Siguro plus na yun, maganda naman yun. But as long as you can write essay or even a sentence that is understandable or maiintindihan ng madami and it comes from your heart, okay na yun, maganda na yun, effective na yun. So, dito, lastly na lang, since pwede nyo pa din isipin na hindi naman effective kung mag-statement tayo, parang it's just a waste of time. Actually, eto, naisip ko to kasi recently, kung alam nyo, kung nabasa niyo sa FB, merong response si Mayor Joy. Diba? May response siya dun sa isa na nag-open letter about sa late suspension announcement niya. And, ayun, nag-reply din si Mayor Joy dun. And nangako siya na they'll be better. So, that's just one of the proofs na statement yung mga paglalabas natin ng hinanakit online can be really effective. Kahit nga sa Rizal, di ba, through writing, he expressed or na napaglaban niya yung bansa. So, yeah. So, this is my encouragement to everyone to never be afraid of voicing out your opinion kahit madaming pumipigil sa atin. Siyempre, we still have to proceed with caution kasi di natin talaga may iwasan yung injustice dito sa Pilipinas and we still want to protect ourselves as much as possible. Pero yun, as an org, I hope na ipagpatuloy natin yung pagkakait ng statement and I hope na each and every one of you will remain to have that heart na ipaglaban yung Pilipinas. So, ayun lang. Ito yung references ko. Ito, you can base this future, kung magsusulat kayo in the future, or mag-search kayo lang ng UP ACME statement, may lalabas na. So, ayun lang. Salamat. Salamat sa pakikinig at alalahanin na lagis-lagis para sa bayan.